and um, exactly I don't know in Java, C++ what they used to call it. Okay, and here I have a JSON file and it is holding some of the dictionaries. So a list of dictionaries it is holding. So from this list of dictionaries, what I need to do, I need to like read this JSON file. So you can see the extension, it is showing it as a JSON, right? So Java for the JavaScript extension, we used to call them as a JS. So JSON is it's a common file, so every language can read this one. And so it has a list of dictionaries, and I'm trying to read it using the pandas. That's what happening here. So here that file, so previously we have seen how to read the JSON, sorry, CSV file, we have to call read CSV, whereas read JSON you have to call with a JSON. So then only you can read the, so like each and for even Excel also you need to put some, I think read Excel thingy, I hope exactly, I don't know. um, so here I just need to read JSON. That is the reason I'm putting read underscore JSON. And yesterday only I told you what is the difference between simply calling the variable and toString option. So if you simply call the variable, what it will do? It will give you the limited version, right? So limited version in the sense up to the 60 to 60 rows it will give, first 30 rows and last 30 rows it will give. That's what I've told you, right? And if you use toString, it will show the entire data frame into your terminal. So I'm using toString and we are getting the JSON files here. So this is how you can read a JSON file. So here, and following that, as I was saying, JSON is nothing in Python, it is a dictionary. So I'm declaring a dictionary. So yesterday, which means the previous class, I've shown you if you convert a series into data frame, uh, that each keys will act as a row name, whereas if you convert a matrix, sorry, a dictionary into data frame, it will take all the keys as a column name, right? So the same case here as well, it will, but if you have multiple keys, a keys inside of another key, first key will stand as a column name and the rest of the keys will stand as a row name. So here, if I, here you can see calories, maximum pulse, duration, everything is right here. Everything as a column name it is giving, whereas this 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 it is giving as a row name. You can clearly see that, right? So basically this is how it is works. So, and following that, viewing the data, so that I already yesterday we have seen, right? So you need to call the read CSV and pass the read CSV file, and you can put like previously we have set something called a maximum rows. I have set it as a 4. That is the reason it is showing only 4. So you want to get the entire data set, you can obviously use toString option and it will give you the entire data frame. So head I already showed you yesterday only. So head means um, head means you, like it will defaultly it will give you 5 rows, but if you pass the data it will, like if here if you have 10 rows in the sense it will return the 10 rows, but here we don't have 10 rows, so that is the reason it is returning basically the 4 rows, because the maximum rows I have set it as somewhere 4. So that is the reason it is returning 4. So toString, head operation, tail operation already we have seen yesterday only. So apart from these things, information about the data. So this is the Python pandas version 0.25. So it will not actually give you the info. So if you have 1.25 version, those kind of version of a pandas, if you work with the PyCharm, you will get describe option, info option. These things are all okay. And following that, um, here cleaning the data. So one of the most important thing for each and every data frame, actually, the each and every people who want to become as a data analyst, those people should know these things. What does that even mean in the sense? A data frame, like if you're going to get a bunch of data, like a large amount of data, so those data will not be standardizable, or else they are not perfect. So you will not get each time the perfect data. Okay, so the data will be crushed, duplicate data, not null data, those kind of data you will get, and erased data, whatnot. So damaged data, not proper way method data, like different types of data you will get. So um, cleaning the data is one of the important thing that you should know. Okay, so here, um, using the pandas, we are going to clean a entire CSV file. What and all the things will be there, everything we are going to clean them, and we are going to standardize them, and we will get the result properly. So here, what are all the duplicate things will be there, in the sense empty cells, obviously I mentioned, data in the wrong format, and duplicates, wrong data entirely, so whatnot, different. This is just a basic example. You will face more than that. Okay, so how we can handle these things? So that's what we are going to see over here. For example, sometimes you will get a text data and you need to convert them into CSV, or else you will get the JSON data, you need to convert them into CSV, or also sometimes you will get the data as a CSV, you need to convert them into JSON. So everything you can do with pandas. Okay, so if you have an empty cell, and once you created the JSON file, you cannot format that JSON file. There is something called JSON formatter. If you put those files as a JSON formatter, what will happen? If there is any NaN values is there in the JSON, it will not allow you to format that as a JSON. So for that reason, you should first clean your data. So anywhere if you have NaN data, for example, if I open test CSV, you will see some of the NaN data, which is the data is not existing, those kind of areas is there, right? And these dates are not in the right format. So instead of hyphen, we have everything as a slashes. Is it forward or backward? Forward slash, right? So these kind of different format data is there. So I like whenever we are reading the data, we need to handle them. Okay, so while here, what we are doing after reading the CSV file, we are calling something called drop NA. So this drop NA will remove will remove the columns, actually not columns, rows, which holding NaN values, or else zeros, or else NaN values anywhere, even if it is occurring only one time as well. Only one time as well. So what does that even mean? So you are reading the data. I open this CSV. So only one data is none. That also removed. Only one data is none. This is also removed. Means in this entire row, any one value is none also. That row will get removed, popped out from that data frame. Basically. So that's what drop enable will do. So, but this is not fair, right? Like only one data is missing in that entire row. We should remove the entire row. You will lost a lot of the data, and that won't be pretty whenever it's happening. So we should not allow to do that in that way. So we have to handle in different. We have to approach it in different manner. So here you can see again I'm reading the data. Okay, and what is the difference between this and this here in the sense? It's kind of a copying and aliasing format. So this is one is copying exactly. We are removing all the null data which is holding the record. Okay, and store it into the new data frame. Means new data frame. If you call df, it will still return the along with the nan data only. Okay, so here if I remove and if I run this, see it is returning nan data as well. Means this is not get changing here. So we are removing the null rows and storing it into new variable, and we are calling that. So that time only it is giving the result. Whereas instead of doing this, you just want to directly change this variable in the sense we can call something in place true. So here I'm creating the again reader the data in the direct variable only. I'm giving in place true. Means it will directly remove the rows from this variable and it will give you the result. That's what it is means. So this is kind of a copying, this is kind of renaming operations. And actually it is not a renaming, the current